You're
Darling.
breaking up. You're breaking. There you go. I think you're good now.
Oh God. I hope I don't go breaking your heart.
Oh,
That
well,
was
you're gonna. I'm sure you will.
You're probably right, Brian Shea. You're a professional, I can tell.
Thank you, Aunt Bernadette. I'm so excited to spend this time with you. Although we will miss Michelle and Stella, I'm just going to be the voice off the camera because we want the camera on you and also on QVC in case you feel like you can do it better than your niece.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just doing what my niece told me to do because she has to be with her daughter because you know how teenagers can be. Although Stella is very self-sufficient, I'll say that. But yeah, you're right. She needs to give the guidance. So she's doing the guidance over there. And she said, Aunt Bernadette, I just need you to step in and talk about QVC. But I'll tell you what, Aunt Bernie's favorite thing to do is to answer your questions about life.
And
And you know what else? Love.
yes, yes, and our audience has already provided us with a few questions. Although I'm going to ask the YouTube chat here real quick.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah,
Um,
the YouTube. In my day, they just called it the boob to touch up my lipstick. It's just very discreet. I just reach into my bosom and get my lipstick out. Nothing. No, nobody knows nothing.
all right, we are already. We like I said, we got a few questions. So the people are very excited to have Aunt Bernadette here. The first question comes from a friend of mine, John. It's a very important question. Do you have pastrami on rye or wheat?
Hold on, I'm gonna go check. Hold on, because it's all there. Hold on a second. Romaine, did you get my pastrami on rye and wheat like I asked, darling? You did? Oh, you're such a good boy. No, you dress fine. No, you're not going to be in the show, so you don't have to put anything on. No, you just stay like that, darling. Just talking with Romaine. He's my houseboy, and he has both. So, is that John that wants to know?
Yes. So you will have pastrami on rye or
Yeah,
wheat.
both. If he wants to come over, I'm just one block past 58th Street. Not a lot of people know. There's like a little alley right there. You just pull right in and let me know and I'll have them buzz you in. You can have either one.
Okay, I will let him know. I will let him know. He's a good friend, so I'm sure he will come over sometime and get that pastrami. Um,
You got to
now,
do. You got to try it. I know where to go in the city to get the good pastrami.
but let me ask you, Amber, that if you could only use one kind of bread, would you use the pastrami or the wheat or the rye? I mean, I'm sorry, the rye or the wheat.
Yeah, well, I see why you mix it up. It's a hard decision. I mean, my brain is almost having an apoplexis here. Uh, because the wheat, my doctor tells me I need more fiber, so I have to have the wheat. But like between you and me, it's the rye all the way. I mean, no one's gonna live forever, so I say just have the rye and just cross your fingers. You know.
Now let me ask you this, Amber, that let's say you go out on a date, on a hot date, and your date orders pastrami on white bread. What would you do?
Oh no, no, that's wrong. I would thank God for that big blunder just on the first date. I didn't have to spend any time with him and see what other kind of stupid decisions he makes. A man like that could really mess up your life. My Matilda, okay, my best friend.
I think we'll move away from sandwich talk for now. And I will ask pass on a question from my good friend Andy. And Andy wants to know, what's the deal with snorkels?
What is the deal with snorkels? Okay. I am glad Andy asked. I think Andy has seized upon a real sore spot, okay, in the American soul. I think are snorkels, you know, because I'll tell you what, I personally, one time my lovely family, they take me to Hawaii, you know,
Wow.
yeah, and it's really far. Like, I mean, I don't know why we just didn't go to Florida. I mean, I have my condo down there. Everything is all taken care of. Romaine loves it down there. Got a lot of friends, and it's wonderful and convenient. But anyway, we go all the way to Hawaii, and they say, Aunt Bernie, you have to go snorkeling with the turtles. And I'm like, turtles again. I have a place in Florida. I want to see turtles. I just walk outside. I could
You can
probably
go to
see.
the pet store and see turtles.
Yeah. So anyway, they made me put one of those things over my face. It was called a snorkel or a goggle or something, like a uckle, something. And then that pipe in your mouth. Maybe that was the snorkel thing. And I had to it was so much coordination. I mean, I had already given up smoking, because my lungs couldn't take it anymore. And getting that snorkel set me back. I don't know. About that. And I couldn't get it to seal, darling. It is a sore
Hmm.
spot. It is a maw on America to have such an activity, and people are traveling so far. And you might as well just stay home and smoke or go to Florida. I mean, that's one of those two is better.
Where in Florida is your condo?
Oh, you know what? It's just in Palm Beach, It's just right.
Hmm.
It's just right there. And my friend who has a place in Boca, we hook up and we get together, we see each other, and we play gin rummy together, and rummy tile. And but then Romaine takes us out to the discos in Miami, and it's lovely. And uh, that's usually where I make my best love connections, is on the dance floor.
Oh, does he kind of act like your wingman to keep you find you the best candidates?
Wingman, I love that. I never heard that before. Wingman, that's lovely. I love that. Like he takes you under her wing or your wing, or you're kind of like wing to wing, kind of. I kind of love that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess so. And I'm his wing woman sometimes. We go out and we go clubbing, and we wing with each other. We're underneath each other's wings, and um, he doesn't mind it, and I don't mind it, and that's always the best. You do find the quality people. You're not going to find anyone who's going to be putting pastrami on white bread out there in the clubs
Nope.
with Maine taking care of you like that. He screens those people, please.
Good, good. I like that. I like to hear about your travels and the fun you have. And it's kind of funny that you're talking about, finding a love connection, because my next question comes from my friend Janine, and I'm hoping it doesn't sound confusing. I'm just going to read it. What if he really is that into me, but he just hides it very well?
Oh no, drop him like a hot potato, Janine. You don't need him. Don't fall for it. And also, men who are listening, or women, but women don't act. Women know how to act. This is something a man does. Women don't do this. You gotta show your affection, or you won't get an erection. Or you won't get an erection. Okay? Simple as that. Man, you got to teach each other this, please, for God's sake. When I lost my Johnny, I was besides myself.
God
I
rest
mean,
his soul. God rest his soul.
yeah, God rest his soul. He was my soulmate. He really was. And I'll never find anyone like him, but I'm a woman and I have needs, and there's nothing wrong with that. And people think there's something wrong with that, so they get into these little games like what Janine's saying, like he's really into you, but then he's not showing it. No. You don't show affection, you don't get the erection.
That's words to live by. Words to live by. Okay, I'm just going to find the next question. Okay, our next question comes from our friend Barry. I think Michelle has probably told you about Barry.
Oh
Um,
yeah, we play time in one of those seemly online rooms. What do you when you zoom
yes,
around inside? Is that
yes,
what
I
this
know
is?
what you're talking about.
This a Zoom
No,
room?
no, no. Yes, this is a Zoom room. Yes.
Wait, we did
Um,
this. We did the Zoom rooms in the 20th century, and there was always opium.
oh,
Where
I
is
did
the?
not know that.
Am I missing it here? Did you bring it in? Is it in? Is it here?
Is what here? I'm sorry, you cut out for a second there.
No, always here is in the Zoom rooms. No, you don't. That's not where you
No,
do your opium these days. Oh,
no,
okay.
I tend to do mine in
I
convenience store parking lots. Um, that seems to be the best place for me. But Barry has a very important question. It is, when should I trust my GPS?
okay. Look, if she's not going to tell you her full name, I wouldn't trust her. I wouldn't. I wouldn't trust her at all. You don't know what kind of diseases she has. Nowadays people have usually more than one of those STD things. You know what I'm saying? Usually more than one. And so if she's not going to tell you her name, she's not going to tell you what diseases she has. She's not going to tell you how many people she's been with before you. No, I don't trust her. Drop her. Drop her. No, with the pastrami on white bread guy, that's where you put your GPS right next to him.
Um, Aunt Bernadette, what do you think GPS stands for?
Well, this is a family show. I'm not supposed to say it, right?
Okay, I was just checking. I was just making sure that you weren't gonna, get us in trouble with the censors. I don't want you to.
FCC,
So
believe me, I don't need them breathing up my ass again, really.
right, right. Okay. This next question, it's not. There was no name with it, so I'm gonna ask it. Um, what do you do when a teenager questions your clothing choices?
My clothing choices, Aunt
Or
Bernadette's.
or anybody's. Like if a teenager is saying things like, "Are you really going to wear that?" What is the best way to handle that situation?
Hypothetical things. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I was just going to tell you a whole bunch of stories about what I did to them, and, because I don't think they'll remember, but I was there. But, after the ambulance was done administering medical necessities, they're all okay. Nobody was really harmed long term or nothing. But what I would say when a teenager is commenting on your outfit, you got to do that thing. It's you take a grain of salt. That's what it is. And you just take it. And all my life, I don't know what the hell you do with it. I don't know where you put it. I don't know where you take it from, but you take it. You take that grain of salt.
Hmm.
That solves everything. That's what I
Oh,
always heard.
okay. I
The
thought
grain of
there
salt.
was. Okay, I was expecting more. I don't know why.
That's it. That's the secret of life. You take it with a grain of salt. And you don't ask any questions. That's part of it. That's the ethos of taking it with a grain of salt.
Right, right. That's very great advice. I hope everyone out there watching takes that to heart, and I think they should take all of your advice to heart. That's really important.
I mean, the salt, you don't want to put the salt in your hot though. I mean, my doctor's already told me all about that, but like,
Hmm.
yeah, the other stuff in it's like metaphorical hot. Just make sure your viewers know, because I don't want them to have health problems, because seriously, I can't afford another lawsuit.
Oh, have you had many lawsuits?
I mean, you know how many is many, like it's not triple digits, we're still in the doubles, but it's
Okay.
just advice, you know what I'm saying? That's all. So don't put the salt in your heart, okay?
Don't put the salt in your heart. That's very, very important. I am waiting for our next question here. Let me see. There's a couple here. I want to just find the right one. Oh, here's one. Here's one. What is the book all about? That's all it says.
Darling, the book. So that means you got to show up for yourself, because nobody else is going to. If you don't, the book is you, is you.
Advice, I think. And I just did anyone who in your life gave you important advice like that to make you so wise?
There were so many people. It was my mother and my mother's mother. And before that, my mother's mother's mother and my mother's 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 mother, his mother. And, they always said to eat. You definitely have to eat. They said you have to
Hmm.
enjoy the process is so important, and you have to say it.
That is fantastic advice. That is again, I hope the people watching are taking this to heart, and I hope they're gonna carry it on and maybe pass it on to their friends and family.
I just
Excuse me, I
want to
got a little
add a footnote. I am not currently urinating.
okay.
Just my grandniece filling up the largest water bottle you've ever seen in your whole life.
I
It's giant. Would you like to show? Can we just have a look at that water bottle? It's 32 ounces of water. Here's the teenage.
that's well, that's my Stella. My water bottle is the same size, so your aunt is wrong. Your great aunt is wrong for the first time ever.
Ryan, how do you do?
People carry gallon ones.
Gallon? What are you gonna do with your bladder? How's your bladder supposed to match? Your bladder doesn't hold that much water, for crying out loud. Yeah, I'd be peeing on the floor. That's why I had to tell him it wasn't me.
I
Because
well, I didn't know what you're talking about because I did not hear the noise, so I wondered where that.
oh, you couldn't hear all the blah 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 blah. Okay.
No, I could not.
Bless you,
That's been
darling. We're in a
that.
pandemic, so your blessings for you.
That's
Well,
because your niece has a wonderful professional setup there, so it wasn't the sound was taken care of.
oh, well, she knows. She knows all that stuff. She knows all that. And she's good with like Google Docs and email, and she's good with Gmail, but like
Hmm.
apps and stuff. I mean, that's like all the millennials want to do is have an app. And then my grandniece, she's done with apps. She actually tried to erase her Instagram the other day when it was down.
Oh wow! I
True.
didn't know if the teenagers could do that.
I don't know. She has a bee in a bonnet now. She wants to delete her Instagram. This is, she's, I don't know. She's going to be churning butter soon. Like they're going backwards to Gen Z people.
That's yeah. This must have been quite a shock. What did you do when Facebook was down?
Oh, I caught up on my VHS porn.
Your VHS porn, okay?
Yeah. It's the only time I have to watch it. Otherwise, I'm too busy on Instagram and Facebook and I mean, Romaine sets it up for me. I just show up. He just tells me what I'm supposed to wear and the appearance, like we did today. He set this up for me.
Hmm.
Only he forgot about how he let me suffer. I was the one that had to let the camera go on the laptop so you could see the this QVC thing that she watches it incessantly all the time, and now they're selling some makeups. It Girl,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I don't
been
bother.
kind of a boring QVC. It hasn't been worth
Yeah, I
really
don't know.
commenting on.
I mean, in my day, you just went to the like Bonwit Teller. You went, I lived for a little while in LA. I mean, it wasn't my thing, but I went to Bullock's all the time. And then we came back and it was again with Bloomingdale's and, all that good stuff there. But like, that's where you get your makeup from and you can try it on. And the lady
Hmm.
sprays all the perfume and you walk out smelling like a poodle.
Oh, like a poodle. Do you have a dog, Aunt Stella or Aunt Bernadette? I don't know why I called you Stella. That's your
Because
grandniece.
she looks just like her Aunt Bernadette.
Hmm. Do you have a dog, Aunt Bernadette?
I did have a dog and it was Phil.
Phil. That's a good dog name.
He died. And then we
Oh,
had,
I'm sorry.
yeah, well, then we had Phil's son. And we also just called him Phil because they look the same.
Was it the same kind of dog? Oh, if it was his son, I guess they were kind of the same
It
dog.
an image of each other, little white fuzzy thing. He
Ooh,
he matches this. It's my favorite coat. He matches. Yeah.
is that made out of Phil?
Brian, you can look directly into my soul, can't you?
Yes, I can. Sorry, I was typing, so I was muted.
Wow. I'm fascinated with you, Brian.
Oh, thank you. I'm fascinated by you, Aunt Bernadette.
Thanks.
I
It
think
got really real there for a minute, Brian.
yes, it did. It did. I felt awkward. But I'm okay. I'm okay now.
Want to end
And I
up like Janine's man, right? You don't want to end up like this, right? You want to stay. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You got to face your feelings, Brian. You can't run away from them.
No, we can't. And we're gonna wrap up with my one last question from my friend Chad. Chad wants to know who was your favorite lover?
Oh, Johnny, my husband. Of course, he was the best lover. He was my lover. He was my boyfriend. He was my best friend. He was my writing partner. He was my partner in crime. I mean, he was the best. I mean, he was my best lover.
What did you two write together?
Oh, we wrote plays about ourselves.
Oh, may I have possibly seen one on Broadway at some point?
I think you might have seen one, just one on Broadway. And it was called Lovers and Other Friends. And there was Made for One Another. There's all kinds of copyright, so I can't, divulge too much, because there was some lawsuits there too. But yeah, but we got quite a bit. I mean, back in the 70s, we were out and about like on Broadway and turning our movies and, our plays into movies and things. And, because I'm Jewish and my husband's Italian, and so there's like just a lot of comedy right there.
Hmm. I
Mhm.
did. Michelle did not tell me this part of your history, so shame on her for not singing your
Oh,
praises more.
I thought you knew Bernadette. I thought you knew who I was. I thought I don't need any introduction. Like I just go around like I'm Bernadette, and like there's
Mhm.
Cher, and there's like Madonna, and then there's like Bernadette. So
Makes perfect sense to me. Well, Aunt Bernadette, thank you for filling in on short notice for Michelle. We are so happy to have you here, and come back anytime. I think Michelle just give you the password, and you can just do your own show whenever you want.
sure, sure, sure. Thanks. I usually never say no to a show, unless it's really dirty, um, because I don't wear
Like,
Crocs and.
unless
No,
it's dirty, like your VHS porn, right?
yeah, no, like Crocs. You gotta, because people that all the gardening, they wear those Crocs. I don't wear Crocs, so I don't dig in the dirt. So, but everything else, I'll do a show on that. You just gotta, you barely even need to give me any notice. I practically live with these people.
Well, that is great. Thank you, Aunt Bernadette. We will see you again soon.
Ta ta.